after completion of complex compounds formation, then next topic is interstitial compounds. What our next one is interstitial compounds. So generally transition elements has the ability of formation of interstitial compounds. So what are the interstitial compounds? For example, let us consider metallic crystals or metallic lattice. So now it is the metallic lattice. So generally transition elements are metals. So then metallic lattice are considered. So in metallic lattice, these are the what are metals. Any metal, what is any metals are occupies the this metallic space. What is this metallic space? So now these are all what is metals. M means metals. So in metallic lattice, the small holes are interstitials. What are these? Are they like that? It is the small holes. Small holes are present. These small holes are occupied by. Small holes are occupied. What is the small holes are occupied by small size elements. Occupied by small size. What is a small size elements? Small size elements like hydrogen, carbon and nitrogen. Carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen. Like that. It is the lattice, interstitial site. So it is the interstitial site. So it is interstitial site. It is occupied by hydrogen, carbon, or what is a nitrogen. So it is the interstitial compound. Interstitial compounds means it is the non-stoichiometric compound. It combination of metals and small size elements. So now these interstitial compounds are non-stoichiometric compounds. So these are all the non-stoichiometric compounds. Non-stoichiometric compound. So it means metals and small size atoms are unequal in these compounds. Unequal in these compounds. So now generally holes are two types according to solid state: tetrahedral holes and octahedral holes. Generally tetrahedral holes. What is tetrahedral holes? What is tetrahedral holes? Occupied by hydrogen. Tetrahedral holes occupied. What is tetrahedral holes occupied by hydrogen? So then same as octahedral holes. Octahedral holes occupied by carbon and nitrogen. Carbon and nitrogen. So it is the interstitial compounds. Generally interstitial compounds are non-stoichiometric compounds. This representation is, so for example, scandium, it is SCH, it is titanium H, TiH. For example, it is molybdenum and it is C, carbon. So it is the molybdenum with nitrogen. For example, Fe 0.9, it is H, and it is copper it is 0.19 hydrogen, like that. So these are all the interstitial compounds. These are non-stoichiometric compounds. What are non-stoichiometric compounds? So now next one is, what is transition elements has the ability of formation of allies. Formation of the allies. Actually, ally is the mixture of metals. That is a mixture of metals. It means simply one metal combines with another metal. So metal plus metal is known as allies. That is allies. So generally main allies are, what is iron allies. What is iron allies? So for example, let us consider steel. What is steel and iron? Steel and what is iron? Steel and iron consists of carbon. What is it? Is consists of, what is carbon? Steel and iron consists of carbon. It is a ally, like that. So now best allies of the copper. What is a copper and zinc? It is a composition of copper and zinc is known as brass. It is the brass. So same as copper and tin. What is a tin is Sn. It is a mixture of copper and tin is the bronze. What is it? Is the bronze. So many number of complex compounds are gives the allies. Ally means it is the metal with metal. So then steel and iron with carbon is the metal. So composition of carbon and zinc is known as brass. Composition of copper and tin is the bronze. So it is the formation of alloys. These are all the properties of the transition elements. What is the transition elements? So now the question is arises. So the question is, what is question? CuCl. What is CuCl? CuCl is CuCl is a diamagnetic. That is a diamagnetic and also colorless. But hydrated copper sulfate. So that is the CuSO4 5H2O. CuSO4 5H2O is CuSO4 5H2O is paramagnetic and color is paramagnetic. What is paramagnetic and color? So why it is the question. So CuCl is diamagnetic and colorless. CuSO4 5H2, it is a pentahydrated copper sulfate is the paramagnetic and color. Why? So now the solution is actually CuCl gives rise to, it is Cu plus, what is Cl minus, Cu plus Cl minus. So now copper atomic number is 29. Its electronic configuration based on nearest noble gas, that is argon. So argon 18, 4s1, 3d10. What is 4s1, 3d10. So Cu plus means copper lose of one electron. So it lose of one electron. So Cu plus. So its electronic configuration argon 18, 4s0, it is 3d10. 4s0, 3d10. So 4s0, it is no electrons, it is empty orbital. So 3d10, it is the completely filled. It is the completely filled. It is 1, it is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So no unpaired of electrons. So no unpaired no unpaired of electrons. So due to no unpaired of electrons, CuCl is diamagnetic. It is a diamagnetic and it is a colorless substance. So generally, magnetic nature and color property shown by the elements with at least one unpaired of electrons. At least one unpaired of electrons. So now hydrated copper sulfate is the paramagnetic and its color is blue color because it is paramagnetic and its color is actually the color is what is a blue color because so then CuSO4, so 5H2O gives rise to Cu plus 2 plus SO4 minus 2 plus 5H2O. So hydrated water molecule is not ionized. So then it is a Cu plus 2. So now copper, it is 29. Its electronic configuration is argon 18. 4s1, it is 3d10. So copper lose of 2 electrons. No, copper converted into Cu plus 2. It loses 2 electrons. Now the electronic configuration is argon 18, it is 4s0, it is 3d9. One electron from s subshell, another electron from d subshell. So now 4s0, it is the empty orbital. 4s0 is the empty orbital. Now it is 3d9. What is 3d9? So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So it consists of one unpaired of electron. What is one unpaired? What is one unpaired? One unpaired means n equal to what is 1? N equal to 1. So it is paramagnetic and its color is blue color.